We can be drowning in our circumstances and never shed a tear, and then suddenly start sobbing uncontrollably because we find out we're out of cereal. And I think that's because we have held on for so long, we've been in survival mode for so long, that the emotions just need to come out. And they might not always come out in a way that makes sense to us, but release is release, and it can be very good for our healing journey. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you aren't missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today I'm going to be reacting to Fighter by Tom MacDonald. Very happy to cozy up this morning in my sweater with the rain outside with my hog family. So let's get back in, see what Tom is up to these days.
Bottom of the ninth, up against the odds, running out of time, only got one shot. When it's really do or die, when your back's against the wall, when you fighting for your life, do you believe in you or not? I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. Second guessing every breath, I'm full of questions. Passes full of cigarettes, alcohol and depression. Therapists and all the different pills can get expensive. All this bottled up aggression, I'm too old to get arrested. Almost died trying to get here. Got high through my best years. Got sober, then I relapsed, then I cleaned up, got my head clear. Sometimes it feels like there ain't to believe in, but I believe that we're all here for a reason.
Whoa, that is serendipity. I literally cried last night because I was watching an old episode of Touched by an Angel, which was a show I really liked as a kid and then kind of stepped away from as a non-believing adult. But I yearn for something to believe in, and I feel so empty and alone. And I ended up crying after the episode because I just felt so empty and alone. But the truth is that I do believe I have a purpose, and I believe we all do. And maybe that's enough to believe in. Just maybe that's enough to believe in. So that was very serendipitous for Tom to come at this time in my journey after having those thoughts and giving me that insight. But I can intimately relate to him feeling like I gave my best years to addiction and crippling depression symptoms and toxic relationships and a whole lot of other things that I shouldn't be giving my attention to. But there are questions and anger and sadness, grief, whatever the question or whatever the case is, but every question doesn't have to be answered. That's something I've learned, and we can process the 2 or 200 emotions as it may be, you know? I like the imagery of the car crash simply because you can feel like you're stepping away from this wreckage that is your life, but you can walk away. You can heal from that.
You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you are. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that you are. Tired from the pressure I put on myself for years. Tired from my 20s, the whiskey bottles and beers. Tired of smiling while I've been holding back tears, but I believe I can do it, so I'm here. I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. I've been told I have a death wish, no one's interested. Cold and too aggressive, close to hypertension. I'm broken from the pressure, explosive with my temper. I'm sober, but I'm stressing and hoping it gets better. And my
I just wanted to touch on the part before real fast. That's the thing about depression symptoms, is that they convince you that you're nothing beyond them, that you're weak, but many of us outside of you, outside of your shadow, know how strong you are, and you are so lovable and so worthy. And just let the tears flow. Forgive yourself. Believe there's another side. That's all it takes, is believing that there's another side, and you'll find strength along the way.
Falling off, should I give it up or put it all on pause? Let go of this dream so I can visit home and talk to mom. Maybe all I need's another Instagram post with a quote about believing in yourself when you're low. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you I'm weaker, and I know I've lost before, but I'm a believer, nothing is impossible. I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are, and you are a liar if you say you are. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong, and I think you're perfect the way that you are.
I didn't realize it was so new. Very different ambience. I glad that I got to see his diversity. That's definitely not what I expected going into this song. I didn't really know what to expect, but that wasn't what I expected based on my previous exposure to Tom MacDonald. I was pleasantly surprised, very uplifting, and I think we can all use more uplifting. I love him because he gets you thinking, and that's what I'm used to, is being presented with different mindsets, different perspectives, and I've always really respected him for that because he really gets me thinking. But this one just really reminded me how strong those of us who struggle with our mental health, struggle with addiction really are, because we are overcoming that. Every day we are battling that, and we are overcoming, and we are fighting every single day. And there's an ongoing mention this about that explosive anger, and anger comes from fear. And when you've been afraid of the world for so long, afraid of yourself, you're shut off, you're bitter. I get it. I've been there. I'm still there sometimes. Of course, there's a lot of anger that comes with that, you know? And I like when people acknowledge that, because anger is another one of those emotions that we're not supposed to feel because it doesn't make other people feel good. It doesn't make other people happy. So we're not supposed to feel that. And I think it's important to remember that all emotions are acceptable. It just depends on how we explore them, how we express them. And I like also that he mentions being stressed with sobriety, or after you've decided to take that step in going into recovery, because it's a common misconception that recovery, sobriety, whatever the case is, comes with and equates complete healing, and that is not the case. I actually fell really hard after I decided to go into recovery for cocaine. It hit really hard because now it's a huge step for sure, but now you have to face all of the pain that you've been trying to numb out, and you have to get to the source of it, and you have to confront it, and you have to process it, and that can be intensely uncomfortable, seemingly unbearable, but not unbearable, just intensely uncomfortable. Very bold of him to call those who don't believe in themselves liars. I don't personally respond well to that kind of tough love, but I think some people need that in order to snap back to reality. Some people need to just be told, you're lying to yourself. You are missing all of this. You're ignoring all of this, and you're not serving anyone by lying, you know? I can't tell if he was being sarcastic about the Instagram post, which, by the way, PSA here, my Instagram has been permanently deleted. I have no idea why. I deeply apologize to those that were reaching out to me and using that for social connection, social support. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but just side note, sorry to side tangent, but I know a lot of people were using that to contact me. My email is still in the video description if you do need to reach out for any reason. But I don't know if he was being sarcastic. It kind of seemed like he was being sarcastic, but there's value in being exposed to positive and affirming messages, like what he was referring to, be it on Instagram or in a book or on the signs on your wall, whatever the case is. There is something very positive about that. However, those positive messages are likely in the social media cesspool that is comprised of debates and feelings of inadequacy. And I really just feel like social media does more harm than good in many cases. I like YouTube because it's very different, but I'm almost feeling like maybe it was meant to be for my Instagram to get deleted so that I can focus here on the channel and not be distracted by these other avenues. Or maybe I meant to rebuild, I don't know. But I just think that people place way too much value on social media, or they get lost in scrolling, which can be very damaging. But like I said, I think there is benefit in being exposed to the positive messages that some people like to post on social media. But yeah, this was a really, as I said, different ambience than what I was expecting going in, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I think I need a little bit of uplifting today. The holidays, for a lot of us, can get very heavy, very rough, and I think inspiration and just finding reasons to fight and reasons to believe in yourself are paramount to surviving uncomfortable times, be it just an uncomfortable time of the year or uncomfortable time in your life, dark nights of the soul. I think that we need these affirming messages, and we need people like Tom to tell us that we are strong. We are so much stronger than our shadow, than our depression symptoms want us to believe. And he sees it, I see it. There's so many people here in the community that see it. But if you are at a place where you're just feeling stuck, as always, good, bad, and crazy, share your mental health stories here in the comments. It's how we shatter the mental health stigma, and often that's how we process through, is just by talking about our mental health, talking about our struggles and our wins. So make sure you're sharing that. Give this video a thumbs up, share it. You never know who might need to see it. And I love you guys and appreciate you so, so, so much. You're all so strong, and I believe in you. Mwah.